What if the very struggles you face are not punishments, but preparations? What if the pain that burdens your heart is not a sign of abandonment, but a sacred tool carving space for something greater? Across time, every story of transformation has contained a moment of breaking, an overwhelming fire that threatened to consume everything. Yet, beyond that fiery trial, something emerged, stronger, brighter, more whole than before. Pain has always been the gateway to renewal, but it is only through embracing it in a certain way that this transformation can occur. You've felt it before, the weight of nights that seem endless, the pressure of circumstances that feel immovable, the silence that follows your prayers for change, where nothing stirs. But look again. In that silence, something is happening. Beyond what you can see, the universe is arranging the pieces. The moment you feel weakest may, in fact, be the very moment you're closest to breakthrough. The question is not whether pain can transform into a blessing, but how you position yourself to allow it. When the storm surrounds you, the instinct is often to resist, to fight, to escape, to silence. But pain has a way of shaping you in ways that comfort never could. Just as fire refines gold, pressure creates diamonds, and storms strengthen the roots of trees, difficulties do not arrive to destroy you. They arrive to carve strength, patience, and depth into your soul. Without them, the spirit would remain shallow, unprepared for greater blessings. Every challenge you face is a mirror reflecting who you are and who you are becoming. Struggles strip away illusions, forcing you to see what truly matters. They push you into places where the old version of yourself can no longer survive. In this way, pain is not a wall, but a threshold. Crossing it requires surrender, not in weakness, but in trust that a higher purpose is at work. Consider those you admire for their resilience. Their strength was not forged during times of ease. It was formed in the uncertainty of night, through losses that demanded faith, and in valleys where they had no choice but to keep walking. The universe wastes no storms. Each one carries a lesson, each one sharpens the spirit, and each one initiates you into a higher strength. When you resist the process of refining, the pain lingers. But when you allow yourself to be shaped, when you recognize that the storm is forming you for something beyond this moment, you unlock the hidden blessing within. Pain becomes purpose, struggle becomes preparation. You are not being broken down. You are being built up for what is already waiting. This is where the shift begins. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is being formed in me?" That single question transforms the meaning of every difficulty and opens the path for blessings to flow. After the refining comes revelation. The storms that test your spirit are never meant to leave you empty. They prepare the soil for something you could not have seen otherwise. Difficulties often arrive disguised as endings, yet within them lie the seeds of new beginnings. When life seems to strip something away, it may be clearing space for a door that you would not have noticed without the loss. In this way, pain becomes the hand that points toward hidden doors. Think of moments in your life when something unexpectedly collapsed. At first, all you could see were the shattered plans, unanswered prayers, and the silence of uncertainty. But then a new path emerged, one that could never have been discovered if the old structure had remained standing. Just as a seed must break before it can grow, your challenges often represent the breaking that makes way for something far greater. The universe is not shutting you out. It is redirecting you to something higher. The difficulty lies in perception. Pain narrows your vision, making it hard to recognize opportunity when it arrives disguised as struggle. You may be so focused on what is going wrong that you overlook what is quietly being prepared. A closed door may sting, but what if that door was never meant to hold the life you were destined for? What if the rejection you faced was actually protection, guiding you towards something more aligned with your destiny? The universe often works in silence, weaving blessings into spaces where your eyes see only obstacles. But to uncover these hidden doors, trust is required. You are not asked to understand every detail. You are simply asked to keep walking. Faith is the key that transforms struggle into passage. When you release the need to control the outcome, you open yourself to possibilities beyond what you could have orchestrated on your own. The universe delights in surprising you, guiding you to breakthroughs you never would have planned for yourself. What seems like the end is often the threshold of something greater. So remember, pain is not merely something to endure. It is guidance. Every struggle has the potential to become a passageway to deeper growth, broader horizons, and unexpected abundance. The universe turns pain into blessings when you allow the difficulties to redirect you. By trusting the hidden doors being revealed along your journey, what once felt like loss transforms into the very path to fulfillment. Once the hidden doors begin to reveal themselves, another truth unfolds. You were never meant to walk through them relying solely on your own strength. Pain, while refining and redirecting, also humbles. It strips away the illusion that you can carry every burden alone. The moments when you feel most powerless are often the moments when the universe draws you closer, inviting you to lean on a strength greater than your own. Here lies a profound mystery. Blessings become visible when dependence on a higher power replaces the weight of self-reliance. So many battles are fought in silence, believing that everything must be fixed by human effort. You try to control outcomes, to force doors open, to hold together what is crumbling. Yet pain has a way of bringing you to the end of yourself, not to punish you, but to show you that your strength was never the only strength available. The breaking point becomes the meeting point where the universe steps in, carrying what you cannot. It is often at the moment when you release control that the blessing begins to unfold. Dependence is not weakness. It is alignment. A branch does not bear fruit by striving. It bears fruit because it remains connected to the vine. In the same way, when you lean into the higher power that sustains all life, you tap into wisdom, guidance, and provision that cannot be found in isolation. Pain trains you in this dependence. It reminds you of your limits, guiding you toward a source with no limits. Once you experience that strength, you realize the blessing was never only about external rewards, but the transformation of your inner posture through dependence. Pain itself begins to shift. Illness reveals the blessing of healing that goes beyond the body. Financial lack teaches you to see abundance as energy that cannot be confined to numbers. Broken relationships awaken a love that transcends circumstances. Every struggle becomes a lesson in trust, drawing you closer to the one truth that cannot be shaken. You are never alone. The universe is always moving in ways unseen. The universe turns pain into blessings when you stop carrying the storm by yourself and allow divine strength to sustain you. Struggles become sacred ground where you not only find solutions, but also encounter a deeper relationship with the source of life, one that no loss can take away. Through dependence, you discover that your pain was never wasted. It was the bridge to a blessing far greater than anything you could have achieved on your own. Dependence on a higher power does more than lighten the weight of the storm. It sharpens your awareness. When you stop striving alone and begin trusting the unseen hand that guides you, you become more sensitive to the signals that blessings are drawing near. Pain is not only a test, it is also an announcement. Before transformation fully unfolds, the universe often leaves signs along the way, gentle reminders that you are closer to breakthrough than you realize. The first sign appears in pressure. Just as darkness deepens before dawn, challenges often intensify before the blessing arrives. Life may feel heavier than ever, as though everything is pressing against you at once. But this is not evidence of failure. It is confirmation that you are near a turning point. Resistance is strongest when change is at the door. When you understand this, pressure no longer feels like punishment, but rather as proof that the universe is preparing to act. Another sign comes through peace that defies logic. Your circumstances may not have shifted, but something within you softens. A quiet strength begins to hold your heart. Even though reason says you should still feel anxious, this peace is not an escape from reality. It is a signal from the universe that reality itself is about to shift. It is the whisper that says, "Hold on, I am working," and it prepares you to step into blessings with calm instead of fear. Small victories are also signs of greater blessings on the horizon. They may appear insignificant at first, a door opening slightly, a problem easing after years of stagnation, a glimpse of light in what was once only darkness. These are not random. They are markers along the path, reminders that the universe is already arranging the bigger picture. When you notice them, you strengthen your faith, and your gratitude becomes the magnet for the greater blessing on its way. Perhaps the clearest signs appear within you, a pull to pray more deeply, a stirring of gratitude in the midst of struggle, a quiet sense that you are being drawn closer to the source of life. These are not just emotions, they are preparations. The universe draws you inward before pouring outward blessings, ensuring that your spirit is ready to carry what is coming. When you notice these shifts, do not dismiss them. They are signs that your pain is already turning, that the blessing is nearer than your eyes can see. Recognizing the signs of breakthrough is powerful, but the journey does not end there. Once you see the hints that blessings are near, the waiting begins. A season that can feel both hopeful and heavy. Waiting is often where faith is most deeply tested, for the promise is near but not yet visible. And yet, how you move through this season of waiting can determine how fully you step into the blessings the universe has prepared. The first key is faith. Faith is not passive. It is the steady anchor that prevents you from drifting when the waters are uncertain. It is easy to believe when everything aligns perfectly. But true faith is forged in the spaces in between when nothing seems to change. Yet you choose to trust anyway. In those moments, your persistence becomes a declaration to the universe that you believe its promise more than your circumstances. That trust turns waiting into sacred preparation rather than wasted time. Gratitude is the second key. While waiting, discouragement can creep in, blinding you to the blessings that have already been given. Gratitude shifts your vision. It keeps your heart open, reminding you of the blessings that have already carried you this far. When you give thanks not only for what has happened, but also for what is yet to come, you align yourself with abundance. Gratitude during waiting is more than a practice. It is a signal of faith, an energetic invitation for blessings to reveal themselves in their fullness. The third key is obedience to what is present. Many overlook this, but it carries profound significance. While waiting for the larger promise, you are still entrusted with smaller responsibilities, relationships, opportunities, and daily tasks. These are not distractions. They are part of your training. Being faithful in the small things creates capacity for the greater ones. When you honor what the universe has placed before you today, you show readiness for the greater blessings that tomorrow will bring. Finally, remain connected through prayer and service. Prayer keeps you aligned with divine wisdom, softening doubt and renewing hope. Service keeps your spirit alive by lifting others, even while you wait for your own breakthrough. By helping someone else carry their burden, your own feels lighter, and the universe multiplies blessings through your willingness to give. Waiting is not idle time. It is sacred time where faith is strengthened, gratitude deepens, character is refined, and the heart is prepared to receive blessings beyond what pain ever suggested was possible. In conclusion, pain is never wasted. Every storm, every burden, carries within it the seed of transformation. The universe does not allow suffering to define you. It uses it to refine, redirect, and prepare you for blessings greater than you ever imagined. When pain is met with trust, when waiting is filled with faith, gratitude, prayer, and service, hardship becomes the soil where joy takes root. So remember, the universe turns pain into blessings when you align with its higher purpose. Your challenges are not the end of the story. They are the doorway to something greater. Hold faith, keep your heart open, and you will see that every storm was worth enduring.